We're shaking people. Back with another reaction. Back with some more Thompson Twins. And we're going back to the 1984 album Into the Gap. And we're up to the tune, do we have this right? No Peace for the Wicked. Yeah, I enjoy the title. I feel like immediately two possibilities suggest themselves. One, the sense that people who do wrong, malfeasance will always, on a long enough timeline, be punished. Now, you could debate the reality of that. I think there are many horrible, mass murderers who died warm and comfortable in their beds. But, one sense is that if you are wicked, if you've done heinous actions, somewhere, somehow, you're going to get what's coming to you. And the other sense that immediately comes to mind is the idea that it's internal, psychologically, for the wrongdoer, for the person committing malfeasance. The idea that, the poisoning of your mind and of your heart, so to speak, will ultimately do you in. So even if you get away with it, even if you are going to die warm and comfortable in your bed, that you will have already twisted and, destroyed whatever humanity you had in your person, in your mind, and so on. So no peace for the wicked might be more an internal erosion or corrosion of their humanity, of their soul, so to speak. Those are the two things that immediately jump out when I hear or when I see the title phrase. Obviously, it might not be related to either of those. It feels like the name of a spaghetti western or something, some late 60s, early 70s cowboy film, shot in Italy. But ultimately, that's those two possibilities, the corrosive effect internally of bad behavior and bad actions, as well as potentially, the retribution for people who try to do bad things and get away with it, and maybe do get away with it for a while, but in the end, somehow, they're going to get what's coming to them. So we'll see if it's either of those things or completely unrelated. This is Thompson Twins, No Peace for the Wicked, from the 1984 album Into the Gap.
Gave them all my money. What I lost they found. Sometimes I think they're madder than houses having tea, setting up the situation to destroy the scenery.
The songs have a characteristic rhythm.
Dancing till we drop. There's no rest, no rest for the wicked.
Can't
you see the trouble causes me much pain? I don't understand. Should I stand out in the rain? Sometimes I think they're madder than houses having tea, setting up the situation to destroy the scenery. No peace for the wicked. We're dancing till we drop. There's no rest, no rest for the wicked, and we're all too scared to stop. There's no peace for the wicked.
It's a really well composed thing.
Till we drop. There's no
about satellites, but he's also wondering if the other person really cares. There's all sorts of stuff going on thematically here. We heard the title phrase, but more often it's been no rest for the wicked. Dancing till we drop. Maybe wicked is a more colloquial, positive rendering. No rest for the wicked. And we're all too scared to stop. No peace for the wicked. We're dancing till we drop. That grinding bass. It's very supportive. Yeah, as someone who's listened to techno and trance for a long time, it's one of those things where your brain learns to isolate sounds, and you can like just hear that one part, and then you can switch it, and it immediately is just part of the larger whole. And then sometimes my brain will do that listening to synth pop or rock music and whatever. Yeah, in that case, the bass right near the end, that groove was really standing out. So it's there the whole time, but for most of the track, it's just helping the other bits do their thing. So yeah, again, I feel like you could play me a Thompson Twins track I'd never heard before, instrumental, and even without any vocals, I feel like I've gotten to the point where it'd be like, okay, I think this is Thompson Twins, right? Like they have a certain percussive feel to them. It's the groove of the track, it's the rhythm of the track. Obviously, some are going to be different than others, surely, but yeah, there's a flavor of their tunes, in particular the percussion, that I feel like I've begun to get a sense for. It's like this real, it almost feels like ocean type movement, like it's flowing along rather than hitting and punching or like marching along. So yeah, I enjoy that quality a great deal. And people mentioned, not only after I've started going through it, but even in advance, that Into the Gap is a really quality album with a bunch of tracks that could all be like single level quality, and I'm certainly feeling that. So yeah, again, big ups to Thompson Twins. Do let me know what you think of this one. I will see you next time. Peace.